Okay, radio peeps, we're rebuilding the legendary Murch Transmatch. Notice it does not say tuner. This is not a tuner. This thing is a disaster inside. Totally boned up. The big roller inductor has a hook, brass hook down here that wraps around the aluminum shaft, and it's harder than the aluminum, so it grinds the aluminum away, leaves aluminum fragments at the bottom there. There's a brass strip up here that's supposed to contact the end of the shaft. But Pi network got a funky little inductor between the input capacitor and the coil assembly. But look what these morons did. Would somebody like to die? Okay, on the input over here, input, see, input. Apparently Johnny couldn't read when he built this. Input. Output's over by the random wire output. And yes, this was used historically with a long wire directly to the back of the network. You cannot load a long wire across a transmission line. Doesn't work. Okay, input, in, out. High voltage, low voltage. High voltage RF in on this terminal to this brass tab making contact with the shaft. And the blanking morons ran the shaft at high voltage RF right out the front of the unit to the knob. So, moral of the story is, if you got no more brains than this, don't screw with this stuff. You'll end up dead. There's enough potential in that shaft touching the shaft to the chassis to kill somebody. That's tied to the output of the power amplifier, and this is rated for upwards of 2 kW. So this has got to be rebuilt to swap the terminals so the high voltage input is on the stator and the rotor's grounded. So when you're dinking with this old stuff, be careful. Sometimes there's booby traps in it like this. So happy Thanksgiving, everybody but the turkey. Gobble, gobble.